Hi guys, this is Akash from Guruviti, and today we'll be looking at an easy level problem from LeetCode called as 2 sum 2 and input array is sorted. So this problem belongs to the class of problems that uses an approach called as the two pointer approach to get the solution. So let's look at the problem statement now. Given an array of integers that is already sorted in ascending order, find two numbers such that they add up to a specific target number. The function toSum should return indices of the two numbers such that they add up to the target, where index 1 must be less than index 2. Note your returned answers, both index 1 and index 2, are not zero based. You may assume that each input would have exactly one solution and you may not use the same element twice. So an example that they are given is 2, 7, 11 and 15 and the target is 9 and the output is 1 and 2. So that's because when you add 2 and 7 you get the target of 9, and since it isn't zero based you need to add 1 to the indexes. And another example is 2, 3, 4 and your target is 6. So in that case your answer would be 1 and 3 because on adding up 2 and 4 you get 6. So this is the problem that you're going to be solving today. So before looking at the solution for this problem, let's break it down a bit so that it's easier for us to understand what is required of us to do. So what we're given with is an array of numbers, and we're also given a target value. So what our task is to find two numbers a and b in that array such that when you add a and b we get target, and we're supposed to return the indices of a and b. So we are given an array of numbers, we are given a target value, we're supposed to find two numbers a and b such that on adding a and b we get the target value, and we are supposed to return their indices. So this is what the basic problem is. Now let's look at the solution or the approach that we would take. So let's look at an example right now. We are given a target value of 10 and the array that we are given with is 6, minus 2, 13, 4, 9 and minus 5. By looking at the array, the answer is pretty obvious to us. That is, on adding 6 and 4, we get our required target value 10. The, the first idea that comes to our mind is to use the naive brute force approach, which involves the usage of two nested for loops, and it goes something like this. You take 6 first, and then you add minus 2 to it, you get 4, then you add 13 to 6, you get 19, you add 4 to 6, you get 10, 9 to 6, you get 15, minus 5 to 6, you get 1, and then you move on to minus 2, and you add 13 to minus 2, you get 11, 4 to minus 2, and you get 2, so on and so forth. The brute force approach will give us the correct answer, but the obvious problem with any brute force approach is the time complexity, and here, since we are using two nested for loops, our time complexity would be around n square, and n square can be a pretty big number when array sizes are in the range of 10,000. So there can be optimizations done here to reduce the time complexity, and we can even reduce it to O of n. So an intuition that we can get by looking at this problem is when we first add minus 2 to 6, we get the sum of 4. So the only way a number would get us closer to target by adding it with 6 is by picking a number which is greater than minus 2. And when we add 13 to 6, we get a value of 19, and the only way any number from the array would get us closer to the target by adding it with 6 is by picking a number that is lesser than 13 from the array. So the first intuition or the basic intuition that would come to our mind is to sort the given array and then proceed from there on. So now let's sort our given array. So on sorting, this is what the array would look like: minus 5, minus 2, 4, 6, 9 and 13. And now that we sorted it, we can move on to using our two pointer based approach. So this is what the two pointer approach would basically be like. Let's initialize say two variables, namely I and j, with I initially pointing to the first element in the array or also the smallest element in the array, and j pointing to the last element in the array or the largest element in the array. So using the two pointers, we can now get our target value from this array if it exists. So these are the two cases that you need to keep in mind while using the two pointer approach. If say array of I and array of j, when you add them up together, if they sum up to a value which is greater than target, that means we'll have to reduce one of those values, and the only way we'll be able to reduce those values is by picking a lesser element. And we can pick a lesser element by moving our j pointer to the left, or by decrementing the j pointer, because j initially points to the higher valued elements. And the second case is on adding up an array of I and array of j. If we get a value that is lesser than target, the only way we are going to get closer to target is by increasing either array of I or array of j. And we can increase only array of I because j already points to the highest element and I points to the lowest element. So we move the I pointer towards the right so as to get a bigger element. So now let's look at a dry run of the approach. So initially our I pointer points to the first element and j pointer points to the last element. So our current sum would be minus 5 plus 13, which is equal to 8. So now we know that 8 is lesser than our target. So as to get closer to the target, we need to pick higher elements. And where do our higher elements lie? Towards the right side of the I pointer. So we move the I pointer towards the right. So now we have minus 2 plus 13, which is 11. Now 11 is slightly greater than our target, so we need to reduce our chosen values. And to reduce our chosen values, we need to move the j pointer towards the left. So now j points to 9. So on adding minus 2 and 9, we get 7. Now 7 is lesser than target, so we move the I pointer to the right again. Now we get 4 plus 9, which is 13, which is greater than target. So we need to move our j pointer towards the left. And now we have 4 plus 6, which is equal to our target value. Hence, we have found our target value in the array. So we return true here. And if we still have not found it, we continue the while loop until I is lesser than j. When the function exits out of the while loop, if it still hasn't found our target, it means we'll have to return false from our function. So this is the basic approach which we will be following to solve this problem. Now let's look at the code for it. So let's code the solution right now. Since our numbers array is already sorted, we won't have to sort it by ourselves. Instead, what we need to do is initialize our two pointers, that is I and j, with I initially pointing to the first element and j initially pointing to the last element, which is numbers dot size minus 1. And now we run a while loop until I is less than j. Now there are three cases we need to consider here. The first case is if numbers of I plus numbers of j is greater than our target. This means that the numbers that we have selected so far, on adding them up, we exceed our target. So we'll have to reduce the numbers selected. And for doing this, we'll have to decrement our j pointer or move the j pointer towards the right, where our lower valued elements lie. So let's decrement our j pointer. And the other case is when numbers of I plus numbers of j is lesser than the target. This means that elements that we have chosen so far, on adding them up, we get a sum which is lesser than target. So what we need to do is move our I pointer towards the right, and because that is where our higher valued elements lie. So let's increment our I pointer. And third case is when we have found our answer. So in that case, we return the indices. And since it is not 0 based and 1 based, we need to add 1 to our indices so that it passes the test cases. And outside this while loop, we add a dummy return, since it is not always guaranteed to return over here and it might cause a warning or an error. in modern C++. So this is what our code basically looks like. It's very simple and easy to understand. So let's run our code right now. Okay, it has passed the sample test cases. So yeah, that's it. Our code has passed all the test cases. So this is basically what two-pointer approach is, and to some problem is. The problem statement is given an array nums of n integers and integer target. Find three integers in nums such that their sum is closest to target. Return the sum of the three integers. You may assume that each input would have exactly one solution. So what the question basically means is we are given an array nums of length n, and we are also given a target value. So what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to pick three integers from nums such that on adding them up, their sum is closest to target. This sum can either be lesser than target or greater than target. The only condition is that this sum needs to be the closest to target out of all the possible threesome values in the array. So an example that they given is -1, 2, 1, -4 and target value as 1. And the output that they obtained is 2, and this is obtained by adding up -1, 2 and 1. So this is what we need to do, and problem has a constraint of num start length is less than equal to 10 to the power 3. So yeah, let's look at the solution now. So the first approach that comes to our mind when looking at this problem is the brute force approach. The brute force approach is basically running three for loops, one within another, such that each for loop picks up one number and adds up the sum. But as you can see, nested for loops means time complexity increases, and when there are three for loops one within another, time complexity becomes n cube, and n cube over here would mean 10 to the power 9. So 10 to the power 9 is a pretty big number, and it's not the best approach or the most efficient approach, and it will pass the sample test cases given over here, but there will obviously be hidden test cases and it will fail to pass those test cases. And a brute force approach is not always the one that is expected during interviews or other problem solving contests. There has to be another approach, and we'll discuss the other approach right now. If you look at this problem really closely, you can notice that it can easily be reduced down to the two-sum problem. The two-sum problem is basically the one where we are given array nums and we are asked to pick two numbers from that array such that their sum is closest to target. So how do we make this problem as a two-sum problem? It's pretty simple. What we need to do is pick one number from nums and then subtract that value from target. So what we now have is modified target value, and we need two numbers from nums apart from the one that we already picked such that their sum adds up closest to the modified target. So that's what we got to find here. The first step in solving this problem is to sort the given array in ascending order or descending order, and then we apply the two-pointer approach to it. So what is this two-pointer approach and how are we going to approach this? So what we basically need to do is, first let's say we pick -4. Now I need to pick two more elements such that their sum is closest to target. Then I pick -1 and pick two more elements such that their sum is closest to target. Then I pick 1 and two more elements, and it goes on like that. So here we can see that when we take the first element, we are basically reducing the problem into the two-sum problem where we have a modified target value and two more variables or two more values that we need to pick from the array so as to reach that modified target. So that's how this algorithm basically works. So we run a for loop from I equal to 0 to n minus 2, and inside that for loop we declare two variables or our two pointers j and k, with j pointing to I plus 1 initially and k pointing to n minus 1 initially. So let's go through a dry run of this problem. When I is equal to 0 first, j will be pointing to 1 and k will be pointing to 3. So our current sum value is the value that we obtain on adding these current three values that we have, which is -4 plus -1 plus 2 is equal to -3. Now min difference is the minimum difference that we have obtained so far among all the values from target, and initially it is set to the maximum possible value, which is int max. So now we can update min difference as -3 -1, which is 4, and min difference is always the absolute value over here. Since min difference is being updated, we also update 3sum to the current sum. Now, my current sum is lesser than target. The only way I'm going to obtain a sum which is closer to target is by increasing the individual values that have been picked. And the way I'm going to increase the individual values that have been picked is by moving the j pointer towards the right, because that's where my higher valued elements lie. So let's increment the j pointer over here. Now j points to 1. Now my current sum is -4 plus 1 plus 2, which is equal to -1. So let's update the min difference. Min difference now becomes 2, and 3sum is now equal to -1. Now if you see, -1 is still lesser than target, therefore we try to update j, but then now j is equal to k. So we stop the loop over there and increment I. So I comes over here and j and k over here. So now current sum is -1 plus 1 plus 2, which is basically equal to 2. Now 2 minus 1, the difference is 1, therefore we update min difference, and we also update 3sum to be the current sum. Now when you see that 3sum is greater than our target value, so what we need to do is we need to come closer to the target value, and to do that we need to reduce the individual values that have been picked. And to do this, we need to move the k pointer towards the left, because that's where my lesser values lie. So when I try to move my k pointer over here, k and j become equal. So there we stop the loop. And when I moves to 1 over here, there are no more elements left to be explored, and therefore we end our loop over there. And our final answer will be stored in 3sum variable, and we return that 3sum variable as the output of our function. So yeah, let's begin coding the problem. So what you need to do is first sort the given array. So sort of nums.begin to nums.end. So this sorts the given array in ascending order. Now let's set our min difference to be equal to int max initially, and let's denote 3sum. So now we run a loop from I is equal to 0 to I less than length minus 2. So let's declare length also here, nums dot size minus 2, nums dot size, so n minus 2 over here, and I plus plus. Now we declare our current sum value to be equal to nums of I, and int j is equal to I plus 1, and k is equal to n minus 1. Now we run our while loop until j or k equals each other. So in this while loop, what we get is a value called as 2sum, which is nums of j plus nums of k. We add this current 2sum to our 3sum value, current sum plus equal to 2sum. Now we need to check if our current sum has come closer to the target or if it has gone further away from the target. If abs of cursum minus target lesser than difference, in this case what we need to do is update our min difference and we also update our 3sum to be current sum. Next, we need to check if our current sum is greater than target or lesser than target, so as to increment our j or decrement our k pointer. So if it is greater, what do we do? If it is greater, we need to decrement the k pointer, else increment the j pointer, and subtract the two sum from our current sum. Right, let's return our 3 sum value. Yeah, so as you can see, our code has been accepted. And now let's talk about the time complexity of our solution. First thing that we do is sort the array, and in C++ standard library implementation, sort is implemented as a quicksort function, and the time complexity of quicksort is n log n. And let's talk about the time complexity of these loops. So the outer loop runs from 0 to n, and the inner loop also runs from 0 to n approximately. So we can tell that the time complexity for this two loops will be around n square. So the total time complexity of our algorithm would be n log n plus n square. So yeah, that's it for today. If you learned something or if you liked the video, please do like, share, and subscribe, and share it among your friends. This is Akash from Brevity. See you next time.